Welcome to my channel. Subscribe, listen, and enjoy my stories every day. I sit in the stark white clinic room, fidgeting on the plastic-covered bench. The air smells sharply of antiseptic, mingling with my growing anxiety about the job tests. I'm here because the new position requires a full medical examination, blood tests included. The job is a big deal, a chance to move up in my career, a step toward what I thought was a more stable future. The door swings open and the doctor enters, her face unreadable. She sits down, flipping open my file with a sigh. "I'm sorry to tell you this, but your HIV test came back positive." Shock slams into me like a physical blow. "That's impossible," I stammer out. "There has to be some mistake." The doctor offers a sympathetic frown. "I understand this is hard to believe. We can run the tests again to confirm, but you should consider how to approach this situation responsibly." Numb, I nod, my mind racing. There's no way this could be true. I've been faithful, cautious. I leave the clinic in a daze, my feet automatically carrying me home, driven by a need to share this impossible news with Sarah, my wife. The house is quiet when I enter, too quiet. "Sarah?" I call out. No answer. I head upstairs, my heart thudding painfully against my ribs. As I reach our bedroom, I hear them, sounds of laughter and murmurs. Pushing the door open, I freeze. Sarah is there, half naked, tangled with a man I've never seen before. They are so caught up in each other that they don't notice me at first. "Congratulations, kid, now you have HIV too." My own voice sounds alien, loud and bitter. They spring apart, Sarah's eyes wide with horror. "David. It's not what. Save it." I snarl, cutting her off. The room spins, the betrayal slicing through any restraint I had left. "How long, Sarah?" She's sobbing now, her makeup smeared. "I'm sorry, David. It was a mistake." A mistake. The words are venomous, laced with derision. "You've just destroyed everything." The other man scrambles to his feet, pulling on his clothes. He's young, maybe too young to understand the gravity of his choices. "Man, I didn't know she was married," he stutters out, backing toward the door. "You know now," I growl. As he flees, the room feels colder, emptier. I turn my back on Sarah, my mind made up. In the following days, I channel my devastation into action. The divorce papers are filed swiftly, each signature a line drawn under a chapter of my life I want to forget. I confront and shatter the facade of our perfect life, exposing the affair to our friends and family with ruthless clarity. The house sells, the divorce finalizes, and Sarah becomes a ghost of my past. Her tears and pleas for forgiveness are met with the steel wall of my indifference. I rebuild myself, focusing on my health and legal battles. As I step into a new life, the pain remains a smoldering ember within me, a constant reminder of betrayal. But from the ashes of my old life, determination rises. I will never let myself be so vulnerable again. The intrigue of what lies ahead is the only thing that keeps me moving forward, one careful step at a time. 3 months after the divorce, I'm pushing myself harder at work and at the gym, the only places where I feel a semblance of control. The promotion I was vying for is within reach, contingent on my performance in this upcoming project. But there's another reason I've been burying myself in work. It's where I met Anna. Anna is a consultant hired by my company to streamline operations. She's sharp, with an analytical mind that sees through problems, and people, with disturbing accuracy. We're collaborating closely on the new project, and she's quickly becoming a confidant. "You're zoning out again, David. We need to finalize these figures," Anna says, pulling me back to the present during a late working session. "Sorry, just a lot on my mind lately," I reply, grateful for her no-nonsense approach. Anna looks at me, her eyes probing. It's about your ex, isn't it? You haven't really moved on. I stiffen, surprised by her directness. Is it that obvious? She shrugs, only to someone paying attention. You need a fresh start, not just work. I nod, knowing she's right. Maybe you're onto something. As the weeks pass, Anna and I spend more time together, often grabbing coffee or discussing our lives outside the confines of the office. Her company becomes something I look forward to, a pleasant distraction from the memories of Sarah. One evening, as we leave the office, Anna's phone rings. Her face hardens as she listens. I can't believe this, she hisses after she hangs up. What's wrong? I ask. It's my brother, Ethan. He's in trouble again, arrested for a brawl. I have to go get him. She sounds exhausted, a side of her I haven't seen before. Do you want me to come with you? I offer, driven by a desire to support her as she has supported me. At the police station, we find Ethan, a wiry young man with a defiant chin and resentful eyes. He's sullen until Anna introduces me. You're the guy helping my sister at work. Ethan's tone shifts, a mix of curiosity and respect. She says you're the only one making that place bearable. I chuckle, despite the situation. I try. On the drive back, Anna talks about Ethan, her words filled with frustration and love. He's been lost since we lost our parents. I'm all he has. Her vulnerability in that moment cements something between us, a bond forged deeper than mere friendship. Let's help him together, I find myself saying, surprising even myself with the commitment in my voice. Anna looks at me, clearly touched. Thank you, David. That means a lot. The next day, Ethan starts showing up at the gym with me. I begin to mentor him, channeling some of my own pain and anger into helping him find a better path. His rough edges and brash attitude remind me of my own younger days, before life threw its hardest punches. One evening, after a particularly grueling workout, Ethan leans against the wall, wiping sweat from his brow. You know, Anna's worried about you. Thinks you're planning something big. I pause, a dumbbell in hand. What do you mean? She says you talk about justice a lot. About making things right. She's concerned you're going to do something drastic about your ex. The weight feels heavier suddenly, as if Ethan's words add mass to it. Maybe I am, I admit, a dark plan unfurling in my mind, a plan to use my newfound influence and resources to expose not just Sarah, but the corruption I've begun to uncover at work, linked mysteriously to her new life without me. Ethan watches me, then nods slowly. Count me in. I owe you. And Anna, she'd kill me if I let you do this alone. As I set the weight down, I feel a strange sense of resolve mixed with foreboding. This path could lead to redemption or ruin, but either way, I'm not walking it alone. I find myself at the office earlier than usual, the first to arrive as the sun barely hints at the morning. The quiet offers a solitude that seems increasingly rare. Today, I need that quiet, to think, to plan. Anna's concerns and Ethan's unexpected alliance have sparked a new urgency in me. As I pore over the company financials, I'm searching for anomalies, threads that once pulled, might unravel the veil of normalcy Sarah has draped over her life. My focus is interrupted by the sudden buzz of my phone, an encrypted message from Anna. Meet me outside. Urgent. I grab my coat and head to the designated spot, a secluded bench by the nearby park, where Anna is already waiting, her expression grim. What's going on? I ask, tension knotting my stomach. It's bigger than we thought, Anna begins, handing me a stack of printouts. I did some digging after our talk. Your ex-wife's new company is a front, David. I sift through the documents, my mind racing as I connect the dots. A front for what? Money laundering, among other things. And I think your old boss is involved too. This goes deep, into some dangerous places, she explains, her voice low. I look up, processing the implications. And you think Sarah is involved? Anna nods. Deeply. Maybe even running some of it. The betrayal stings anew, not just a wound on my heart but a blight on my past, tainting years of my life. We need proof. Concrete evidence, I say, the resolve hardening in my voice. Anna agrees. I know a guy, a hacker. He can get into their systems, pull out everything we need. Set it up, I instruct, the plan morphing from a personal vendetta to a full-blown criminal investigation. We're going to blow this wide open. Later that evening, I meet with Anna's contact, a lanky tech whiz named Cole. In the back room of a dimly lit cafe, Cole sets up his equipment, his fingers flying over the keys with a deft sureness. This might take a while, Cole warns, his eyes not leaving the screen. You sure you want to go through with this? There's no going back. I'm sure, I affirm without hesitation, my resolve steeling me against the swirling doubts. Hours tick by, the only sound the clicking of Cole's keyboard and the low hum of late-night coffee seekers. Finally, he leans back, a triumphant smile breaking across his face. Got something. The screen shows a web of transactions, dates, amounts, and names I recognize, connections that shouldn't exist. My heart pounds as the depth of the deceit unfolds before my eyes. What now? Cole asks, his tone implying the weight of our discovery. We take it to the authorities. They can handle it from here, I say, knowing that this is the only way to ensure justice is served, even if it means exposing Sarah completely. As we prepare to leave, Anna places a reassuring hand on my arm. You did the right thing, she says, her voice steady. But as we step out into the cool night air, a car screeches to a halt beside us, and two men jump out, their intentions clear from their menacing approaches. Panic flares, but before I can react, one of them grabs Anna, pulling her towards the car. Let her go. I shout, lunging forward, only to be struck from behind. As I hit the ground, my vision blurring, I see Anna struggling, her cries muffled as they shove her into the car. The last thing I hear before darkness claims me is Anna's muffled scream, "Find Ethan." The car speeds away, leaving me lying on the cold, hard ground, the files scattered around me like fallen leaves. As consciousness slips away, I realize that this fight has just escalated beyond anything I had imagined. When I regain consciousness, the chill of the night seeps through my clothing, a stark reminder of the ordeal. Anna's abduction and the critical documents scattered around me coalesce into a harsh epiphany. This isn't just about corporate deceit or a simple affair, it's a tangled web of corruption that now threatens lives. I scramble to my feet, gathering the papers, my mind racing. I need to find Anna. I need to end this. My phone buzzes relentlessly. Ethan. David, where are you? Something's happened. Anna's been taken. We need to meet now, I gasp out, panic edging my voice. Meet me at the old warehouse on Dockside. Be careful, I think we're being watched, Ethan replies, a note of urgency in his voice. At the warehouse, the atmosphere is tense, the vast empty space echoing with the slightest sound. Ethan is pacing when I arrive, his face etched with worry. They took her because of what she knows, because of us, Ethan blurts out as I approach. But I've got a plan. Together, we piece together the last bits of information from the hacked documents, aligning them with the sudden attack. It becomes clear that someone high up in the network is pulling strings, someone who can't afford to be exposed. We need a sting, Ethan suggests. Expose them with their own greed. I say we fake a data handover, get them to incriminate themselves. It's risky. If they suspect. They won't. Not if we play this right. But we need help, Ethan interrupts, pulling out his phone. Minutes later, he's arranged backup from an unlikely ally, a former rival gang leader who's also been wronged by the network. The sting is set for the next night. We choose a public, yet discreet location. I'm wired, every word to be recorded. The air is thick with tension as the culprits arrive, men in sharp suits, their eyes cautious. As negotiations start, I lead them on, hinting at the data we have. They're eager, too eager, their greed overtaking their caution. Just as they agree to a deal, flashing lights and sirens encircle us. The police, led by detectives I'd contacted earlier, move in swiftly. In the chaos, one of the men grabs me, a knife glinting in the dim light. "You think you've won?" he hisses. Before I can react, a shot rings out. The man crumples to the ground, a dark figure stepping forward, Anna, freed by Ethan's allies just hours before. The aftermath is a blur of statements and arrests. The network is dismantled, their crimes laid bare. But the victory is hollow. Anna and I stand amidst the ruin, the weight of our actions, our deceptions, heavy between us. "You saved me," I start, but Anna holds up a hand. "I did what I had to, for justice, not for us," she says, her voice hollow. "This, whatever this was, it's over, David. The lies, the deceit, I can't." "I understand," I reply, the sting of her words sharper than I expected. "Will I see you again?" "No," she says simply, turning away. Her figure becomes just another shadow in the night, disappearing as if she was never there. In the end, the conspiracy is unraveled, the guilty punished. But the costs are high, trust shattered, relationships broken beyond repair. I walk away, the cold seeping through my coat, a reminder of the night's bitter lesson. In the pursuit of vengeance and justice, I'd lost more than I'd bargained for. And as dawn breaks, I know that the path forward is one I must walk alone, the echoes of betrayal and heroism intertwined in every step I take.